Hey, welcome back. If you are building SPAPI applications, where do you even start? The answer is the Solution Provider Portal, SPP. Everything lives there. Your app registrations, your LWA credentials, your API usage metrics, and your multi-seller authorization flows. All of it in one place. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the entire thing from scratch. Creating your account, verifying your identity, registering your app, writing a use case that actually gets approved, and setting up the token flow. It is all in this one video. Let's go. Before we jump into the registration, let me quickly show you the big picture of what we are actually doing here. There are 3 stages to getting fully set up on SPP. First is account setup, where you create your SPP account and link it to your Amazon login. Second is identity verification, where Amazon confirms who you are and that your business is legitimate. Third is profile and permissions, where you tell Amazon what your app does, what data it needs, and how you will protect it. We are going to go through all 3 of these today, and by the end of this section, you will be fully registered and ready to create your first production app. Alright, let us get into it. Go to solutionproviderportal.amazon.com. This is the URL. You will land on the Amazon sign-in page. Enter your Amazon account email and password. Now this does not need to be a seller account. Any Amazon account works here. Enter your password and sign in. Now here is something that will confuse you if you have not seen it before. After signing in, you might see a page that says not authorized and tells you this email is not associated with any accounts. Do not panic. This is completely normal. It just means you have not registered on SPP yet with this account. All you need to do is click register right there on that page. After clicking register, Amazon takes you to the Solution Provider Portal account setup page. This is the general guidance page. Read through it quickly. It is explaining which type of user you are. For most of you watching this, you are a developer building applications, so you fall under option 3 or 4 on this list. Scroll to the bottom, tick the checkbox confirming you have read and agreed to the policies, and then click acknowledge and continue. Next, you will see the Enroll in New Program page. Amazon is trying to find an existing account to link to. If you are brand new, it will say No accounts found, which is fine. Click Create Account. A small pop-up will appear asking you for an account name. Enter your business name or your name, something that makes this account easy to identify. Then click Create Account. After a few seconds, you will see a success message saying Account created successfully. Amazon will redirect you automatically in a few seconds, or you can click the solution type setup page link right there to move faster. Now this page is important and most people just skip through it without reading. Solution type setup is asking what you intend to do on SPP. You will see 2 checkboxes. The first one says build applications that use SP API. The second says offer services. If you are a developer building tools for sellers, tick the first one. If you are also a service provider, an agency or a consulting business that offers services to Amazon sellers, tick both. I am ticking both because Databaaba does both. Once you have selected what applies to you, click Apply. You will see another success message saying Solution Type Setup successfully applied. Amazon redirects you to the SPP homepage in a few seconds. And here is your SPP homepage. Notice that green banner at the top. It says, congratulations, you have successfully signed up and you can now create sandbox apps. That is important. It means you can already start building and testing in Amazon's sandbox environment right now, even before your identity is verified. We will come back to that in a later video. So let us click Get Started under Verify Your Identity. Amazon redirects you to the verification welcome page. It tells you exactly what to expect. 3 steps. You provide your documents, Amazon verifies your submission, and then you get verified. On the right side of this page, you can see what you will need. A valid government-issued ID or passport, a recent bank or credit card statement, and a business license if applicable. Make sure you have all of these ready before clicking Next. Otherwise, you will have to pause halfway through and find them. Click Next when you are ready. The first thing Amazon asks for is your business information, your business location and your business type. Select your country. For business type, if you are a registered company, select privately owned business. If you are an individual, freelancer, or sole trader, you can still register. Just select the option that most accurately describes your situation. Tick the confirmation checkbox at the bottom. This cannot be changed later, so make sure it is right. Then click Next. Now you will see the full business information form. This is where you enter your business name exactly as it appears on your registration documents, your company registration number, your registered business address, and your phone number for SMS verification. Fill in every field accurately. For the company registration number, if you are an individual and not a registered company, you can enter your national ID number here instead. Fill in your address, enter your phone number, complete the CAPTCHA, and send the SMS. From this point, everything is straightforward. Follow the steps, provide the documents Amazon asked for, and you will see yourself get verified. The process itself takes around 20 minutes according to Amazon, though the full review on their site can take a few days. So be patient and do not resubmit multiple times thinking something went wrong. Now that your account is set up and verified, this is your home, the Solution Provider Portal Dashboard. Everything you need to manage your SP API integrations lives here. Let me walk you through each part of it. Before we dive in, you will notice a Switch Account button in the top navigation bar. If you have multiple Amazon accounts, this lets you toggle between them without logging out. Useful if you manage separate SPP accounts for different businesses or regions. The first thing you will notice on the dashboard itself is the Featured Functions section at the top. Two buttons, Manage API Calls and Notification Preferences. We will come back to both of those shortly. Below that, you might see a banner that says Action Required. Rotate LWA Credentials. If you see that, do not close it. That is important and we will cover exactly what it means in a few minutes. And below that is your app list. This is where all your registered applications live. You can see the app name, the app ID, which is that long string starting with amzn1.sp.solution, the status, authorizations remaining, LWA credentials, and the action buttons. We will go through all of these one by one. Let us start by creating a new app. Click Add New App Client at the top of the list. This takes you to the app registration form. The first field is app name. This is the name that will be displayed publicly, between 2 and 40 characters. Give it something meaningful that describes what the app does. Below that is API type. Select SP API from the drop-down. That is the standard selling partner API and what this entire series is built around. Next is app type. You will see two options here, Sandbox and Production. Now this is important. Sandbox apps have access to all static Sandbox AP is automatically and you do not need any role approvals. This is great for testing and development, but your production data access is separate and those role requests go through Amazon's review process. For this tutorial, I am selecting production because we want to build something real. Now you will see business entities supported. This is asking which type of Amazon partner your app will serve. You have 6 options: Amazon Business, Certifier, Freight, Sellers, Shipping, and Vendors. In our case, we are selecting Vendors because our client operates as a vendor on Amazon. If you are building tools for third-party sellers, you would select Sellers instead. Select only what actually applies to your use case. Do not tick everything. Below Business Entities, you will see the Roles section. This is where you select exactly what data your app needs access to. The roles available will change depending on which business entities you selected. For vendors, we have selected Finance and Accounting and Inventory and Order Tracking because those are the two things our integration actually uses. Only select what you genuinely need. Amazon reviews these against your use case description. And if the roles do not match what your app does, you will get sent back for another review cycle. Further down, you will see the restricted data token question. This asks whether you will delegate access to personally identifiable information to another developer's application. For most of you, the answer is no. Select no unless you have a specific reason to share PII with another application. Then you have two URL fields, OAuth login URI and OAuth redirect URI. These are two different things and it is worth understanding both. The login URI is the page sellers or vendors land on when they begin the authorization process with your app. The redirect URI is where Amazon sends the authorization code after someone approves your app. This is the endpoint on your server that receives that code and exchanges it for tokens. If you do not have a live server yet, you can leave the redirect URI empty for now and come back to add it before you go live. Once everything is filled in, click Save and Exit. Your app now appears in the list with the status of draft. Draft means the app is saved and you can already use it to generate refresh tokens for your own accounts right now. But to go fully public and allow any seller or vendor on Amazon to authorize your app through the Selling Partner App Store, you will need to submit it for Amazon's review. You do that from the Edit App screen, and we will cover the submission process in a separate video. For now, draft is exactly where we need to be to test and build. Also notice the View AB App Listings link at the top right of the app table. If you eventually list your app publicly in the Selling Partner App Store, that is where you manage your public listing, your app description, screenshots, and pricing. Not relevant right now, but good to know it is there. Now let me show you what each column in this table actually means. The app ID is your application's unique identifier on Amazon's platform. That long amzn1.sp.solution string. You will use this when making certain API calls and when raising support cases with Amazon's developer team. The authorizations remaining column shows how many accounts can authorize your app. Click View on that column for any app and you will see a pop-up showing the breakdown by business entity type. As you can see here, for vendors, it shows unlimited. This means there is no cap on how many vendor accounts can connect to your app. Now the LWA credentials column. Click View here. This pop-up is extremely important. You will see two things, your client identifier and your client secret. The client identifier is your app's public ID used in the OAuth flow. The client secret is private. It should never be in your front-end code, never in a public repository, and never hard-coded anywhere. Store it in a secrets manager. I am blurring these values on screen because these belong to a client account. Now notice the rotation deadline date shown here. This is when your current client secret expires. When that deadline passes, every single authorization that depends on this secret breaks simultaneously. All your sellers or vendors lose access at the same moment. That is why that action required banner on the dashboard exists. Amazon warns you 30 days before expiry. When you see that banner, come here, click Rotate Secret, read the warning carefully. It will tell you the exact date and time your current secret expires, and then confirm by clicking Rotate Secret again. After rotation, update your application's configuration with the new secret before the old one expires. Do it well in advance. Do not wait until the last day. Now let me show you the Edit App option. Click Edit App on any app in the list and you are taken straight back to the app registration form. This is where you can update your app name, change your redirect URI, add or remove roles, or update your business entities. Any significant changes like adding new roles may trigger a re-review by Amazon. So be intentional about what you change. Now the most important part for actually using your app, authorization. Click the drop-down arrow next to Edit App on any app and you will see an Authorize option. Click that. This takes you to the Manage Authorizations page. You will see your application name and app ID at the top, confirming which app you are working with. Below that is the Add Authorizations section. This shows every account associated with your SPP login. Broken down by marketplace, you can see the account name, the marketplace, the current refresh token status, and an Authorize app button for each one. The refresh token is what your application uses to make API calls on behalf of this account. Without it, your app cannot access any data. Click Authorize app for the marketplace you want to connect. After clicking, you will see the refresh token appear in the refresh token column. It is a long string of characters. Copy it immediately using the copy button right there and store it securely. This token is what goes into your application's configuration to enable live API calls for this account. You can see the confirmation message saying refresh token copied when you click copy. One important thing to understand here, generating a new refresh token does not invalidate the previous one. So if you authorize again, the old token still works until you specifically revoke it. This is useful to know if you are running parallel environments or rotating credentials in a controlled way. Now let us look at the API usage dashboard. Click Apps in the top navigation and you will see API usage dashboard in the drop-down. Click that. This dashboard shows you a summary of all your SP API activity. At the top you can see the total across all apps. Call volume, successful calls, successful call rate, client errors, and client error rate. You can filter by a specific app using the All Apps dropdown and by time period using the Date filter. Below the summary, each app is broken down individually by section and operation. The sections map to API categories like reports or sellers. The columns show call volume, 200 responses which are successful, 202 responses which are also successful, but asynchronous meaning you poll for the result, 403 errors which mean permission denied, and 429 errors which mean you are being throttled. That 429 column is the one to watch closely. If you are seeing high numbers there on a specific operation, your app is hitting Amazon's rate limits on that endpoint. That is your signal to implement exponential backoff or reduce your call frequency for that particular operation. And the 403 column tells you if there is a permissions mismatch between what your app is requesting and what your registered roles actually allow. Now for user permissions is where you invite team members to your SPP account and assign them specific access levels. If you have developers or colleagues who need to work inside the portal, this is how you add them without sharing your own login credentials. Now, two more things before we wrap this section. Under apps in the top navigation, hover over tools. Inside there, you will find the API Health Dashboard. This shows the current status of Amazon's SP API endpoints in real time. If you're seeing unexpected errors in your integration and you're not sure whether the issue is on your side or Amazon's side, this is the first place to check. It shows both real-time status and historical data, so you can see immediately whether there is an ongoing incident affecting a specific API. And finally, support cases. If you have an issue that the health dashboard cannot explain, or if you need to formally raise something with Amazon's SPP team, click Support in the top right navigation. From there you can open a new case, describe the issue, attach relevant logs or screenshots, and track Amazon's response. This is the official and most effective channel for SPP related issues. Response times vary, but it is always better than trying to resolve things through any other route. And that is the complete SPP dashboard walkthrough. Every section covered, every feature explained. And just like that, your SPP setup is complete. From creating your SPP account all the way to getting your first seller connected and your tokens working. You now have everything you need to start building real SP API integrations. Drop any questions in the comments. Next up, we make our first live call to the Orders API. Actual order data coming back through your credentials on your screen for the first time. Subscribe and I'll see you there.